First and foremost, good morning, everyone, and I appreciate everyone's grace and giving the time for me to be able to step away last week and spend not just quality time with my family, but spend quality time in my own headspace, and to work on not just the best way for all of us in the community to continue to be able to lean into this difficult job market, but to stay grounded with clarity in what we need to do so that we can continue to separate facts from the emotions and stay focused on building the right practices to be successful. And it just worked out extremely well that as I was working on this piece, Gilda did an amazing job of posting a very hard moment in her job search where she had already accepted the role. She was at the finish line. Everything was done and signed, and then they had to rescind about a week before she was to get started with work. And then incredible writing she did on LinkedIn to really kind of elevate beyond that moment. And that's really what was the perfect exclamation point, if you will, to what I'm going to share with you today. So I hope this resonates with you. And I really hope that you can understand my meaning behind this from a mindset, but also in just the tenacity that's required to win in this current market. So I will kind of kick us off like this, and it's a simple statement, but it's a powerful one, and that's this: the easier you get triggered, the easier you can be manipulated. And I really want you to think that through for a moment. It's heavy and it's real, but that is an important statement. We as humans are constantly manipulated in different ways. But before everyone hears that and thinks that I'm taking away or telling you not to feel the emotions, I'm not. In fact, I believe the exact opposite. Every single emotion I want you to feel. I want you to feel the frustration. I want you to feel disappointment in this process. I want you to feel the fear of this process. And most importantly, feel the uncertainty of job seeking. Feel all of it. Just don't give those emotions the steering wheel. Because the moment that your emotions start driving your decisions, not just as a job seeker, but just in life, your decisions stop serving your future. And for many job seekers, that's what's happening daily. A rejection email comes in, a recruiter doesn't respond, an interview goes silent, and someone on LinkedIn announces that they landed a new job. Those events are real, but what happens next is important. You get to create a story in your mind. You can go down the path of maybe no one wants me, maybe you're falling behind, maybe you're not good enough. The event that transpired that led you to those emotions really wasn't even the problem. What really becomes the problem is the story that you created. And that's why your triggers really do matter, because your triggers are actually your educators and your teachers. They reveal what still needs your attention. They reveal the beliefs that need to be challenged. They reveal stories that need to be rewritten. And this is where one of our core principles inside the program really come in, and that's reflection, discovery, and execution. And reflection is what you have to do with your mindset to understand what actually triggered you. Not what happened, what triggered you. And then inside discovery, why did this affect you so deeply? What belief is hiding underneath that emotion? And what story are you telling yourself? The execution part appears to be simplistic, but it actually is the most challenging if you don't get the first two steps correct. And that's, what's the next move? What's the next action that serves your future, underline future for me, instead of what's serving your current emotions? Because the motion breaks the emotional paralysis that's created. So if you're thinking about things you can do this week, an assignment, if you will, is I want you to write down your biggest triggers. Not everyone's is going to be the same. I don't want you to keep them in your head. I want you to put them on paper, a whiteboard, put them somewhere where you can actually see them. Then what I want you to do is I want you to separate the facts from those emotions. I'll give you an example. You received a rejection. The emotion that could pop up is, I'll never find a job. The fact of receiving rejection and I'll never find a job are two totally separate ideas, right? They're not the same thing. The more clearly you separate your facts from the emotions, the more control you'll gain over your actual future. And that's what we're after today. Not perfection, not pretending that emotions don't exist. We're after awareness, because awareness creates the ultimate clarity for a job seeker. And clarity will help you create better, more efficient actions. And actions create proper momentum, and momentum will change the trajectory of your job search. So feel every single emotion. Just please do not hand it the steering wheel. The goal is to keep moving, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, at JSC, we do not play checkers, we play chess. We're always thinking several moves ahead. And that's why I know that if you do this, you're going to have an incredible week. And ultimately, for everyone that's listening, if this message resonated with you, then I would encourage you to join the conversation inside of our Discord community, or join our next Mindset Monday call and join the conversation like I'm going to get to do with the individuals who are here today. Let's learn from it. Let's grow together. And if you're ultimately finding value in what we're doing, make sure that you bring others into this space. Because when you have people with you, building habits and best practices and accountability becomes easier for everyone. Ultimately, the goal here is to build better conversations every single week so that we can all become much more strengthened in our search, but ultimately so that our mindset prepares us for a proper transition into getting a job. Hope everybody has an outstanding week, and I cannot wait to see you guys on our next bit of calls, as well as, of course, in the Discord.